It's the BBP TV show since 2012, where amazing guests share their digital adventures. Who will we meet today? Small biz influencer, up-and-coming trendsetter, accomplished author? You never know who'll be dropping by. And now, here's your host, Elaine Lindsay, the bionic glamourpreneur with Truel Social Media, who's the second most curious person on the planet.
I'm looking forward to today's show. It's a little bit different in that my guest, Jimmy Shaw, is a comic. In fact, his bio says he's a tall, funny comic. Jimmy Shaw's been making crowds laugh throughout the LA comedy scene at the Ice House, Improvs, and the Comedy Store since 2010. He's done some small movie parts, and he also works in the voiceover world. Jimmy was able to put his passion for radio to good use when he and his partner comedian Roy Brewster began hosting their own weekly radio show, The Roy and Jimmy Thing, in 2015. Back in 2018, they switched to mornings and started The Roy and Jimmy in the Morning program, which continues today on Live 365. So without further ado, I want to welcome Jimmy Shaw. So I'm super excited to have this discussion because, in all honesty, COVID-19 is making everybody so tense, so fearful, so climb the walls crazy because they're stuck at home. I thought, what better way to check out how you should handle this than let's talk to a comedian.
There you go. Perfect. Love to.
Yeehaw! So Jimmy Shaw, let's get right down and dirty with this. What the hell can we all do? It's going to make life a little bit more bearable when you're stuck inside.
Well, what I've been doing is once you realize that this is what you should do, stay self-isolation and the social distancing as you go out. Once you realize that's what you have to do, your brain automatically, and this was with me and also my girlfriend, we're here together, is we want to go out now. And, that just the way your brain works. But then you realize that no matter who the expert is or what they're saying is, you really need to do this.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just kind of think back all those times going, if I had the whole day to myself, what would I do? I'd like to be home today. And you just start doing that. And the first few days, it's like, okay, we got it. We got this. We're going to watch some Netflix. We're going to catch up on all this other stuff. I'm going to write some more material. And the bad part for my girlfriend is she works from home. She has been working from home way before this. So I'm already used to kind of creeping around like a mouse. Just be quiet. Don't interrupt her. And again, though, I'm supposed to be quiet now. And that's the tough part. Don't move, don't laugh at a funeral. All that kind of triggers, and it really kind of plays with you. And you say, you've got this. And then my girlfriend reminds me that I blink very loudly, apparently. Every footstep on the carpet, she can hear it. And so I'm tippy-toeing, and I'm 6'4". It's not easy to sneak around. Yeah. And get a glass of water and stuff like that. So, I go to YouTube, I just start watching relaxing stuff, comedies, comedy specials. And that's pretty much, humor is my day of life. Whether I'm making people laugh or myself laugh, it just makes it a lot easier on any day, especially now.
I totally agree with you. And like your girlfriend, my office is actually in my house. My husband, who also works with our company, his office is in another part of the house. But it seems since we're both supposed to be in the house, and you're right, the rebel in me is like, well, no, I want to go out. I want to go out because, I've been in the house for weeks on end over the winter because unlike you in beautiful California, we live up in the frozen north where there's, 10 feet of snow and
right.
It stays. We're actually supposed to get flurries tomorrow. God help us.
Perfect.
But it's weird because your brain, like you say, sort of gets in this rebel mode. And he's taken to singing when he wants to call the dog. And things that are just, excuse me, I'm doing a video, or excuse me, talking to a client.
Yeah. See, I'm also aware now, besides blinking loud, that I hum. And I didn't
Yes.
realize that I hum while I do things, And she goes, "What's that song?" I go, "What song?" I didn't even know I was doing it.
Yeah.
And you really get aware of yourself at points, going, "God, am I this way?" I guess I am. I guess I am.
And
So, yeah.
it's so true. And I don't know, maybe it's a man thing. Maybe it's a man thing. Because I don't think he realized until one of my clients shouted, "Wow, okay, do you always talk to the dog?"
Oh God.
And he was really taken aback because he didn't realize just how much
Right.
he just says things out loud no matter where he is or who is or is not in the room.
Yeah, exactly. And bad part is, me and my girlfriend, we live in an apartment,
Ah,
so there's no yard to go
yeah,
venture to. So I go to the little patio, sit out there. We do every few days we'll go out for a walk about midday. Yeah, obviously we're not going to a store or anything like that, and it's just me and her. We'll go for a walk. Now we starting today, we have to wear a mask outside no matter what.
yeah,
And it's like,
yeah,
okay, fine. I'll do what you want. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. And I'm not going to say, oh, no, I'll be fine. In fact, when just before all this started, I had I wasn't feeling good, had like a cold, but it turned
yeah.
out it was a sinus infection.
Mm,
And so when they figured that out, it was the day before our lockdown. And so your brain plays with you there going, do I have it? Do I not have it? This is it. And finally, after all these antibiotics, and I'm actually on a great road right now, but during all that, you cough, you're like, oh my gosh, it really
yeah,
plays with your mind.
it does. I have a friend who, they're in Colorado, and they had done a run to Costco. And he said he almost panicked because he sneezed because he has allergies.
Oh God.
And all of Costco stopped dead.
Yeah. That old commercial where everyone just stops and looks. Yeah.
Like, oh no, oh no.
I took my girlfriend to the grocery store. I stayed outside, but she went. It's about midday, a lot of parking, not a lot of people. It took her longer to shop because still people weren't not respecting the
Yeah,
distance.
yeah,
She's waiting at an end of an aisle for people to leave, and people are just going right by her. She's got the mask and gloves on, and she's like, what do you not understand? This may or may not be a thing,
yeah.
as big as they say. And that's probably the more frustrating part of all this.
It truly is because, my dad's 87.
Mhm.
And we do a little bit of shopping for him. There's a guy that he doesn't live too far away, so somebody else helps as well. But I don't know what it's like in California. We have everything in the grocery store and outside is marked off with 6-foot markers.
Right.
Getting into the grocery store, only a set number of people go in, and you have to stand 6 feet apart before you go in, before you get a card, before you do anything. I can't believe it. The other day, this guy came and reached over my shoulder to get something in a meat case. And it was like, I'm sorry, do you not have a television or a radio?
Yeah.
Like, are you unaware of what's going on?
And I'm in California, so we were on it really quick as far as the lockdown and all that. And the first Saturday of that, so it was like 2 days into it, me and my girlfriend, we said, we're going to take a drive on the freeway. Won't get out of the car because I wanted to experience this no traffic.
Yeah.
And oh my God, it's eerie. You drive it and you get upset, a little road rage, normal times, but you're driving now going, oh my God, this is like, it's too good and scary. But from where we live, we're about 40 miles away from LA. There's a certain spot on the freeway where we looked over and can see downtown LA. And I haven't seen that in probably 20, 25 years. And, and we're supposed to have like the best air quality right now because of all this. So it's weird, and it's amazing how what little things can affect everything else.
I know in typical me fashion, our gas went down to, at one point, 59 cents. And remember, this is Canadian money.
Sure.
So that's like 10 cents American, maybe.
Yeah.
A gallon. And I was so annoyed because we filled up the car before this all happened. And we were away for 2 weeks. We come home and there's all this gas in the car that we paid 24.
You
I
have an
thought,
investment now.
I'm just going to drive around until I use it all, and then I can buy it cheap.
Yeah, a lot of people now are saying, if it gets any lower, they want to freeze it. We'll just buy a bunch of it, put it away, and keep it. It's amazing how, like I said, everything affects everything, and it was just so quick. It's a little bit, a very small worker is affecting the world right now.
Yeah.
And it's great to see, and it's still scary. But you kind of got to ride with it and do what they say. I mean, there's nothing else I can do about it.
Well, this is it. And the fact is, if everybody kind of pulls together and does what they're suggesting, because let's face it, they've kind of got the science behind them. They've spent their lives, all of the people that are involved in learning about these things. I kind of would be inclined to follow what the people are telling us that deal with infectious diseases just on principle. It's like, yeah, okay. And more to the point, it's not about me. I don't want to kill my dad. I don't want to make some poor soul who doesn't even know me sick. Like, that's just, to me,
inadvertently,
so
whether I know better or not. My mom's in her late 70s.
Yeah.
And so as soon as they had that lockdown, I said, peace out. And she doesn't live far, but I'm the closest one of her kids.
Yeah.
And it's just, we did the video chat. And then I think it was last Saturday, everything was just, we had our guidelines. So I said, well, we got to go see her. So I went out to the house, and fortunately she has a huge yard. So, we stayed about 10, 15 away with the mask on. And even at that point, it's great seeing my mom again after a month.
Oh, yeah.
But the whole time we were there a couple hours, I was paranoid. Going, am I doing this right? And she feels great. I feel great. As long as I'm doing it right, but I still felt like I got to get out of there.
Yeah. Well, this is it exactly. We'll pick up groceries for my dad or his prescriptions or what have you, and we drop them at the door. We drive out of the driveway and down the street. Then I text him or my sister who lives with my dad and say, okay, go get the stuff. We left it outside. Yeah.
And we're so close. If we knew, like, we had the 14-day and then it got extended. And of course, hindsight's great. I don't like my mom being by herself during all this, and it's like, we should have just relocated and stayed with her. Yeah. And for one, she has a yard, we're in an apartment, give us some room and stuff to do. But at the same time, it's like, well, we couldn't have known,
God, no.
So our quarantine's over. We're all good. So now's a good time to go over there. But again, I'm like, I want to be that guy.
On that off chance, right?
Yeah, it's like as soon as you open the gate, we're not going to rush it like a Who concert and try and get front row, seating. So it's scary, and hindsight is everything right now. But we got to stay the course, and that's what we've been doing. We're using the deliveries as much as we can, and like twice, maybe 3 times a week, we order something from a local restaurant so they have some business.
Yeah.
And everyone's been great as far as deliveries. Just leave it at the door, and then we sanitize and over sanitize.
Yeah.
We have to make sure.
It does make your Chinese food taste funny, though.
I'm worried about that because we're sanitizing the food boxes and the jars, and I'm like, is this seeping in? Did I just kill myself trying not to kill someone else?
Then all this Mushu pork and Purell is not good. It's not good.
But I did realize I have a lot of sweatpants and jammy bottoms I didn't know I had. Haven't worn pants maybe twice in this whole time. So, everything's loose, no belts. So when we go back to civilian clothes, that's going to be, gonna have to suck it in. It's going to be some tight, my jeans are now skinny jeans is what I'm saying. They're probably skinny jeans. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's interesting for those of us who've been doing video chats. I started doing this in 2011, and I basically video chat every day. I have for all these years. So you kind of forget that there's all these people who've never done it before.
Right.
And we were in a chat with a group of people, and one of the other people who have been at it as long as I have got up and went to walk away to get something. And one of the new people said, do you have pajamas on? You don't have pants on? It's like, oh, didn't you know? Nobody who works from home and does video.
No one wears pants.
From the waist down, everybody's in pajamas.
Well, it was real funny. My partner, Roy, from the show.
Yes.
he his wife came up with a good idea. She goes, "Why don't we try a Zoom game night?"
I
So with
like it.
cards, with cards. I think it was based on kind of like Cards for Humanity or something like that. It's called That's What She Said, and we've played it before with two other
Good.
couples, and said, "Well, let's try it through the Zoom chat," and it worked out really good. We did it Friday night, and it's super fun, and it was a way to still be with humans
Yeah.
and interact there. So we're all learning all these different ways. When we started the game night, excuse me, all the you were talking about video chats and people wearing. They've had a few of those where people are naked, went to the bathroom because they're just not aware. So
Yeah.
as soon as we started game night, I said, "Well, who's doing the shirt off?" So I took mine off just so we can have that moment over, and take the mistake out of the way right away.
Yeah.
But yeah, it worked out great. So we have ways to do all this, and you know what? You look at the scope of things is we have food, internet, a place to live, so
Some toilet paper.
some toilet paper, and it could be so much worse, especially from our ancestors to what they've had to do. So, we have everything. You just have to stay in.
Yeah. And it is that brain thing. Absolutely. But, Easter Sunday, I'm going to be setting up a group video for the family in somewhere between 4 and 6 places. They're all going to come in so that we can chat with the grandkids, and my dad gets to see them as well, which is great. But everybody has that opportunity because Zoom and Google Hangouts and Skype and what have you, they all have the ability and segments that are free for people to do this.
Right.
So they're not incurring anything additional. And like you say, game nights, you could play Yahtzee, you could do, all kinds of things. You could do charades is awesome in this kind of an environment.
And you don't know these options until you need to use them.
Yeah.
And so like I said, Roy's wife mentioned, we're like, that'll work. And if it doesn't work, it's still going to be fun.
Absolutely.
In fact, me and Roy, we do the radio show from his home studio.
Yeah.
And then once all this hit, I said, well, we'll figure it out. So I took all the equipment home to my place, and now we do it remotely.
Yeah.
And then starting next week, we're actually going to do a video, and it's actually going to be better for our show to do it this way.
Yes.
And so we'll do video, we'll do Facebook Live, and it's kind of fun to do it a different way.
Absolutely. And being open to those options, and quite frankly, you have to have a sense of humor. No matter what else, you just have to. And things are going to go wrong, and you know what? That's all fine.
Right. Part of it.
You'll have stories for later. Mm-hmm. What you did kind of touch on, I think is really cool, is not having the smog. And we're seeing pictures of places that were just, basically gray slates. You couldn't see anything. And now they're getting birds. There's animals around, and you can actually see the grass, the houses, the buildings, whatever, which is a big change.
Yeah, actual nature. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And fortunately, that's great to see. Unfortunately, during this, and sadly, after all this is over, it's going to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the nature of that beast at this point.
I think we're going to see a slightly different use of resources, because when it was only 14 days, people can kind of pass it off.
Right.
We're now heading for what's going to amount to month 3, that something's been going on in many, many places. And although, here in Canada, it was very, very quick for everybody to get into the, stay home, self-isolate, do all those pieces. I mean, you still have pockets of people that seem to not get it or not care.
Right.
But as the time lengthens, people become more and more aware that they need to participate. They need to be following what the herd is doing, basically.
At this point.
Because, for survival.
Yeah, because I don't know better.
Yeah.
I do not know better, and I can't be the guy going, oh, no, come on.
Yeah. And it's not at first I think younger people were not concerned because it seemed to be targeting old people.
Yes.
But we now know that's not true. Age has
Unfortunately, yeah,
nothing to do with it.
it doesn't have a target audience. It just
Yeah.
it's new. I mean, we have to figure it out.
Oh, absolutely. And there have been pandemics before. I mean, part I think of the fear and everything is that we have such unbridled access to the entire world
Hmm.
that, never before were you able to get news instantaneously like we do now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You
We
know,
always had to wait
you
till
do
the 6
something.
o'clock news. Yeah, we
Yeah.
had to wait till the nightly news. There was no bulletins. We didn't have the internet.
Oh my
And so
God.
when we got it, it was like, oh my gosh! But now we're getting it minute by minute, which is good and not good at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to keep telling my husband, okay, get off CNN. You're making me crazy.
Yeah, I quit watching the TV news years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just like, okay, it's not the news. I don't care what the Kardashians are doing. That's not news.
No.
It's not Walter Cronkite anymore for us. It's just fluff, and I don't need it. So I tried watching it the other night. We put it on, and it was just so doom and gloom. And I sat there, and I just felt myself getting all tight and rocking, going, "Oh my God, what is going on?" And then I don't believe them, so that's even worse. And you're just like, okay, just shut it off. We're fine. We're doing what they said.
And the fact is, I believe that if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're paying attention and, washing your hands and what have you, and you don't invite sort of those fearful negative thoughts to overtake you,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you have definitely a better chance. And, as a comedian, I think you probably will agree. I don't think a day, half an hour is complete if there's not a laugh in there somewhere.
Oh, you got to find it too. If
Oh
it's
my
not there,
God,
you have
yes.
to find it.
Yes.
And one of the reasons why me and Roy said we're going to keep doing the show, obviously not together, but it's like, we're not political. We're just entertaining. And
Yes.
if it soothes some people, great. And then the thing also I thought of is we obviously all think of funny things during anything.
Oh yeah.
But some of it I've been curbing because I don't want to be insensitive what's going on. I just don't want to be that guy going, oh, well, everyone's screwed. Here we go. So when I post something, I go, you know what? It's a general situation. And because I don't want to offend and I don't want to be insensitive because we don't know who's getting this right now.
Yeah.
And it might be someone you love and you just don't want to be insensitive. Somebody you love who knew somebody who might be affected by this,
Absolutely.
whether it be the sickness or their job, we're down here without any stimulus yet for us, so I'm fortunate enough we're going to be fine. It'll be tight, but there's a lot of people I know who will not be. So
no, totally agree there.
Yeah, I got to pick my moments of humor and just say, let's go universal. Let's just, and then don't.
Well, it's about humor that raises things up and doesn't dump on people.
Right.
There's, there can be humor in sometimes just the turn of a phrase. There are times when, you see something on television or somebody says something on Facebook and it's just funny. It's just funny, and as long as it's not sort of derogatory or it's not pulling anyone down, these things are great to pass on. And I think video's done us a real service.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Because we get to see all the cats, the dogs, the horses, the whatever. Yesterday, there was an orangutan, who's been watching his keepers, and they keep washing their hands. Uh-huh. So he's there with this big bucket, she's a she. She's there with a big bucket and a brush, and she's scrubbing her hands.
Oh, wow.
And I'll send you the link. It was on Twitter, and I just thought, wow. Okay, now that to me is really uplifting. It's kind of cute and funny because it's an orangutan and why should she be doing that? But things like that and little dog videos and cat videos of, cats and dogs falling asleep in something. It's all kind of, I don't want to say like mindless, but it's
soothing.
Yeah.
Soothing.
It's harmless is a better word, I think.
Well, it also with Facebook being as awful as it has been over these last years,
Yeah.
it's kind of going back to what it used to be. Here's my top 10 quiz. What do you do? You know, that cute little stuff we used to do on MySpace and Facebook.
Yes.
You know, and then you got little kids singing from home because they're stuck at home, and then they sing, and it's so cute. And it's like 6 months ago, I'd be going, yeah, it was a spoiled kid, and now you look going, oh, that's precious. That is,
Oh my God, yeah.
you know what I mean? So it's those kind of things that make you, you know, go, okay, we're all good. We're all going to be fine. We're all taking this just well. And, you know, like when I post a joke about this, it's a universal thing. Like someone else posted and it made me laugh. He says, my car now gets 3 gallons per month to the gallon, you know, or 3 months to gallon.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. We all know this one. So, you know, so I posted early this morning was pants are so 2019. It just, you know what I mean? It's because we're all in our underwear or jammies right now. You know, that's the kind of humor I like to share with everyone because we all get it. Someone said it and you went, no kidding, Jimmy. Whoo! You know, it just has to be very relieving.
Stress off everybody else. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we couldn't believe we had been in Florida and come back and did our 14 days and then it was great. We could hurry up and stay home.
Yeah.
Because you can't, I mean, there's nowhere to go. And we put everything in Canada was put in place pretty early. Mm-hmm. So everybody knew that. But we had this bizarre run on toilet paper, eggs, and canned goods. Incredible. That was just so out of control. And my husband, in his infinite wisdom, thought he would start pointing out to people the fact that, see, they're just catching up with me. Because I have always been a toilet paper hoarder.
Atta girl.
When I get to less than 120 rolls, I start to shake.
Yeah, it could happen. What we did is, fortunate enough, before all this hit, about a week before that, we did our usual shopping, which included paper towels, toilet paper, and other stuff. So when we heard everyone was hoarding toilet paper, we're like, well, we're good. We have a 10-pack.
Yeah.
And I've always told my girlfriend, I said, just quit using it as an oven mitt. When you use it. And I've been doing that for years. It's not like, you know, but now it's like, you know, we don't have to do the wraparound. Yeah. So we were fortunate there to have that in place, but it was just bewildering what was clearing out. And before our lockdown, it was coming. We heard about the toilet paper. We said, well, we better go to the store now. So we went to Walmart, which could have been overseas. It was so packed with people. And you see the empty shelves and a ton of people, and it's unreal to you because it's old time days stuff for you. You're like, I'm going to live through this. This is how the world is now. And so then they said, if so, the disease can be passed on. And I'm like, I was in Walmart shopping. Oh my God, we're done. We're done. It's over. And so we made it through that. And then a friend of mine told me where some toilet paper was. And so I had the option of getting a 24, 60, or 96 rolls. And he wasn't gouging. It was a great price. So I got the 96 only because I didn't know if my mom could go shopping. I didn't know if my friends can go. So in between that, it's not like I felt like I was hoarding. It was like, you know, my buddy Roy and his wife, they needed some, took some up to him. My mom, here's some toilet paper just in case. Because, you know, I had the opportunity to get it safely.
Absolutely.
And so it was my girlfriend who said, you know, get the 96 just in case other people need it. And so we did that.
Didn't know there was a way to buy any less, to be honest. That's how crazy I am about toilet paper. Always buy the 96. Doesn't matter what's going on.
Our habit used to be the 12 double roll. It's like, we're going to be fine. It's just two of us, more than enough. In fact, we just finished that surplus that we had before. It's like, okay, we're already great at this. So.
You never had teenagers in the house.
Not mine. No. We do babysit her niece and nephew for a week. And the supplies are limited. Yeah.
Well, when we had a pool, well, we still have a pool, but when the kids were younger, and it meant that every single child, 11 to 17, was at our house every day.
Oh boy.
All summer. So that's where it started, because we were forever running out of toilet paper because there was always kids in the house.
Yeah, so you were way prepared.
Yeah, got to be prepared. Well, I was also a brownie and a Girl Guide, so we'll blame it on that.
There you go. I had a little Cub Scout action too, so I had that be prepared.
There you go. Oh, did that mean you bowed down to that beaver?
Yeah. I was a Cub Scout. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Got a couple badges, and it was like a year or two I did that, and then I was out. But yeah. Yeah, I was there. Still got my neckerchief and in
Well,
my
I
scarf.
can tell you, my husband used to take my son, and one time I got to take him, and I was absolutely shocked. I grew up Catholic, so I was a little bit unprepared for them to put this beaver in the middle of the floor and have it. It sounds crazy, but have people basically talk to the beaver.
I, I was
I
raised
know that
Catholic too.
sounds weird.
Yeah, I was raised Catholic too, and there's still stuff today that makes me go, I don't understand. I just, yeah, I'm not ready for this. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like, what on earth? My son thinks it's hilarious that I'm just, I don't understand these things. But
Yeah.
like you, he's in radio.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, yeah. So he likes to make fun of me as much as humanly possible.
Yeah, and people I know younger than me are like, really, dude, this is what you do? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't know. I have no idea. Just tell me and I'll be fine.
And I think it's wonderful because we really need some people that can lighten the mood, even in the most horrific times. Even, when you're at a funeral, sometimes people just laugh
Right.
because it's a whole body reaction. When your body doesn't know what else to do, you're uncomfortable, you're sad, you're whatever. Some people just burst out laughing.
Yeah, exactly. And those are the kind of things that saves you from that horrific moment you're in. So you
Yeah,
can cope.
yeah.
When I was still sick during this lockdown, I'd be up, I couldn't sleep well, you sleep a couple hours and it's like 2 a.m, everyone's asleep except me. So I just go out in the patio and just rock a little bit going, okay. And then you find yourself getting into that spot. You're like, okay, stop it. You're good. Just
Yeah.
relax. Everything's fine, and just, so we're out of the mental game, but we really do feel the lockdown.
Yeah.
Really do feel it right now. It's like, okay, we're going to go for a walk. But now, like I said, we have the mask. So, but now we're raining for 5 days straight. So
Oh,
the social distancing here is working wonderfully this week.
yeah.
So, we just want to poke our head out and breathe some air.
And yeah, well, yesterday was a little colder yesterday morning than it had been. And then, of course, we heard that, possible flurries coming. So no one's in as much of a rush to get outside. And we're lucky because our dog doesn't go outside.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. We have a dog with issues. So we haven't had to worry about having to walk her because she has no idea. You open the door and she just stands there and barks.
She has no interest. It's like, shut the door. You're letting the heat out.
Yeah, no, I'm not going out there.
You're letting the heat out, Ma. Stop it.
Yeah, yeah. So what do you see in terms of what can people do kind of daily to maybe inject a little fun in having to be home?
I would go back to being a kid, watch some cartoons. Just watch some cartoons. Like for me, I just watch some comedy specials. I watch, I'm a car freak, so I watch those car channels and just watch what you're interested in. YouTube will take you down a rabbit hole and you can get lost for 6 hours if you want to. Just start there and just keep your mind busy. Don't just sit there and dwell. That's the worst. If you're fortunate enough to work at home, then obviously that's going to keep your brain. That'll keep you going. Me, I'm not working. So I'm just sitting here and I'm like, okay, well, I'll write this, I'll write that. And then I'll send it 6 hours later and I've watched nothing but car shows, but that's okay. Because I like that, and then I'll watch some SpongeBob SquarePants in the morning and have some cereal. It's just, you have to do some light load stuff. Don't put on the movie Outbreak or Pandemic. Why?
No.
I've seen people going, I've watched that. Oh my God. I'm like, no, you don't want to do that. And then, I'm chatting obviously with Roy and all of my other comic friends. And we do have some good, let me see, coronavirus jokes and references, but that's between us.
Yeah.
Just so they can let off steam. And like I said, your game night, think of stuff, video chat your mom or your brother or your sister. And just do all the stuff when you're at work going, man, I wish I was home today. And just kind of go there or do nothing. Put your feet up. Don't take a shower. Relax. Have the best day ever. and do nothing but stay at home and eat all that junk food. Just make it one of those great days that you wanted while you were working or something.
Yeah, and all the things that you said at work. Oh, I wish I could do this, this, or this. I wish I could stay home and do this, this, or this. Go ahead, do them.
Now, I'll have regrets after all this because I didn't learn a language. I didn't learn a new software program, which is all the stuff I should do. I don't have a workout regimen, which I probably should. And then after all this, I'm going to go, man, I really wish I did these 5 things when that happened. So just relax. Don't pressure yourself. Put your feet up. And a lot of people, comics and other entertainers are doing their Facebook Live, their Instagram Live. And a lot of people complain about that going, what are these people doing? Me, do everything. I'm going to watch it. You're doing more than I would. I'm going to do it and just keep us entertained. And it's helping them also get the stress out.
Absolutely. And that's part of the reason I wanted to do this, because I wanted people to see that it's not just you or your partner or your kids or whatever. Everybody is in the same boat. And, you don't have to be a comedian to make some fun.
Oh, yeah.
And
for sure.
it is okay if you have some little bizarre Corona joke that's within you or your family that you guys think is funny. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's letting steam out of the teapot. It's just.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And, I've had those hours where you can't help but think about it.
Oh, yeah.
And go, am I doing the right thing? I hope it doesn't happen to me. Is everyone safe? I mean, you got to be an adult some part during that day. But when you realize there's nothing you can do about it except what they're asking you to do, and that's, like I said, we're fortunate. We have the internet still. We have all our stuff to keep ourselves entertained. So, and then once in a while, we'll take a drive. We'll get in the car. We'll go spin around. We're not interacting with anyone. We're just getting out. And I tell my girlfriend, it's like, she's my pet. Go for a ride. Go for a ride. And she'll go out and she's like, oh, what is that bright thing? I said, well, that's the sun. That's trees. And the first time we did that, she actually fell asleep during the ride. I said, that's too much pure air. You went to sleep. You just.
That's what happens with no smog.
Yeah, exactly. So
you
got to make it fun. You just say, let's not go for a drive. It's like, oh my God, you remember how many cars were here? And I would tell her, this is what the city looked like back in the 90s. There wasn't that many people, This is actually a Sunday drive with no one on the freeway, what it used to be with my parents.
Instead of just parking.
Yeah, we just play around. It's like, oh, that's the sun. This is grass. Those are squirrels. Yeah, you got to really just downplay everything and just really relax.
Yeah. I actually told my dad. My dad, still at 87, my father takes some neighbors that don't have a car. He usually does their groceries and takes them for doctor's appointments, and he drives my sister around. So he can't do that right now. Right. And he's starting to go a little stir crazy. And I said, fine, just get in the car. Okay. And just go for a drive. You don't have to get out. You don't have to stop anybody. Just go for a drive and clear your head.
Yeah. Roll all the windows down, turn the radio up, and just go for a ride.
Yeah. And it'll be pipe band music. So sorry, folks, but gets very loud. Very, very loud.
And another thing is I like music, so I'll put on the headphones, hit shuffle, let it go. And just like, what I've been doing is like all the songs I would remember my mom and dad playing when we were younger.
Oh, yeah.
So I would play those. And that's like, oh, okay, that's me and my brothers and sisters. And, you just, it puts you in a mindset because music always takes you somewhere anyways.
Absolutely.
For me, predominantly, it's the 70s. So anything in the 70s. My mom and dad loved every music, so it was great. So you just hit a 70s playlist and feel like a kid again. So, oh, yeah, I remember playing ball with this song coming out. I remember that Christmas. It just kind of puts your brain somewhere else for a little bit.
Absolutely. And even some of those old movies, some of the old, really syrupy, good movies like, what is it, Henry? Do you know The Big Rabbit? Harvey, sorry, not Henry.
Yes,
Harvey.
Yes, Jimmy Stewart, yes.
Jimmy Stewart. Oh, that's one of my favorite movies ever. It's just a real feel-good movie.
Yeah, and it takes you back and then kind of get your brain out of it for a little bit, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, my mom, I guess like your mom, your parents, not my dad, but my mom, loved all music.
Right.
All forms of music. But you've never heard anything like Madonna's Like a Virgin sung by a 60-something-year-old Scotswoman with a very heavy accent.
See, that's pay-per-view. I definitely would want to see that. That's awesome. That
Yeah,
is awesome. Yeah.
yeah. And she had a great voice, too.
Oh,
It just
awesome. That's
kind
great.
of changed the song.
You know what? I found out that I'm actually older. I'm 55 now, and you don't feel your age. And
Oh,
so, but I realize now in this age of isolation that I'm that guy who goes like this a lot to the phone.
yeah.
And is this it? Is that it? I'm like, oh God, I'm actually that guy. You know, where it's a nose up shot and you got your phone all wrong. And I'm like, oh, I'm that guy. I don't want to be that guy, but okay, I'll accept it. I'll be that guy.
Well, I'm almost 10 years older than you. I'll be 65 in November.
Oh, nice.
And mentally, I think I'm 12. So it
Yeah,
just,
if I safely had to put a mental age on me, I'd say mid-30s. It's
yeah.
kind
Oh,
of
hey, wow, wow.
kind of
You're
kind of how
grown up.
yeah, mid-30s, not too grown, but still young enough. Yeah, but I definitely don't feel until I see myself trying to do a video chat or do something new, like the Zoom game night was the first time I did Zoom. So there was 10 minutes of no sound. The picture went blank a couple times. It's like, okay, that's actually the best part of all this is trying to learn it on the fly.
Oh, it's priceless when you start with someone new because the first 10 minutes is, can you hear me now?
Right.
Can you hear me now? It's like that Sprint guy or whatever he
Yep.
was that used to do the commercial.
Yeah, and he's terrible. I don't like that guy, the Sprint guy, because when he went to Sprint from Verizon, he's kind of like a terrible ex. He's like
Yeah.
he's just dumping on Verizon. Like, no, we knew you liked them. Don't
You
have to
had to have liked them from the
you
beginning.
you got
Yeah.
to be mean
Yeah.
about it. You're coming off really bad, guy. What I did here though is about an hour or so before we did this, I set up the board, the sound, the video, and the first thing I did with you, this is what I learned is we hooked up and I went right to the mute mic. I'm going, yep, I'm not mute. There we go, and now we're all set. So I'm a pro at it now. Before
Yeah,
though,
no, you are an absolute pro.
if this was last week, I would be going, Elaine, where are you? Where are you? I can't hear you. Hello.
What I love is when you're talking to a few people and one person's talking maybe for a little too long, so somebody else goes to look off at some other window, but then they realize they can't find the window where the people are talking anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. We did a Zoom meeting with on this movie thing me and Roy are working on. They had all the panels up and everything, and I just sat there like a good boy. Don't touch anything. You're live. But it was amazing to see everyone go to a black screen. And you can actually see the mute logo.
Yeah.
And it's so awful to tell them, no, dude, look down. No, on your screen. No, my screen says. And you just got to lean back and go, this is priceless. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, there have been some really funny moments over the years, especially, the past month or so with people learning this product, not just Zoom, but all of them. Because it's something really fascinating happens when humans get on video for the first few times. They're so fascinated by their own features.
Yeah.
Everybody turns into a little kid. And you see people that will be, suddenly checking their face or doing something with their hair. And it's really priceless to watch because they don't even realize they're doing it. They're so busy focusing on the picture they see.
Right.
Of themselves because we don't look like we think we do.
Well, it's like a cat or a dog seeing themselves in the mirror for the first time. You stop going, is that my cheek?
Who
and then
is
you go, every morning you brush your teeth and there you are.
Yeah.
But when you see it in this form, luckily with I'm definitely insecure about my voice or in looks just because that's the way it is.
Yeah.
But then when I start doing stand-up, I get filmed and I'm like, okay, that's what I sound like. And then doing the radio, the hardest thing was re-listening to shows so you can get better. I just hated my voice and I just couldn't listen to the shows. But finally I did. It's like, okay, this is how you get better at it. This is how you pace. This is how you don't talk over somebody. It's an adjustment. But when people don't do that, they just get in there and they're like, this is left. That's right. Wait, this is left. It's not matching. And it just exactly deer in the headlights. It's actually pretty funny to see.
And because it's so new, one of the really bizarre things is people don't realize that you can see what's behind them.
This is my sound booth.
Yeah, no, yours is great.
When I did the movie meeting Saturday with Zoom, there's a little pile of clothes over here, and you couldn't make it out, but my girlfriend goes, "That's my laundry," and I says, I know that and you know that, but they don't. But then again, it was too late to go, excuse
Yeah,
me. So
yeah,
this, when I do my voiceover stuff, I have my blankets here. So this is like,
of course.
there's the
Studio
room.
back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, let's be a professional, Jimmy, for crying out loud.
Well, I'm not just going to rag on other people. I'm actually going to tell this story about me. So when video started in 2011, when Hangouts started and you could be up to 10 people in a video chat, I kept thinking, oh my God, this is great. I could do a show, not thinking that I have to be seen. And my husband will tell you, I like what you just said. I don't like my voice. I hate listening back to shows
Yes.
because it's just bizarre. I can't stand watching myself. It's just weird. So my husband had listened for about 3 weeks. And finally on Saturday morning, he said, okay, if you're going to do a show, then you're going to have to be seen. So stop talking about video and go do one.
Ooh.
He said,
Yeah.
or just stop talking about it. Because he knows he kind of have to challenge me to get me to go past my comfort zone.
Right.
So I thought, okay. So I went out to the pool. I did my laps. I came in and I said, okay, I'm going to get dressed. I'm going to do a video and I'll get rolling. So that's exactly what I did. Got dressed, dried my hair, put on a sundress, happened to have no shoulders. It was just one of those pull-up things. Looked in the webcam and saw myself from here up. Thought, okay, this is great. Sadly, the dress was down here because that's where a dress ends up, right?
Right.
I jump into this hangout and one of the guys, Mike Stenger, I don't think I was in the hangout for more than 3 seconds. And he said, Elaine, are you naked? And it was, I gotta go. And I left.
Yeah. Immediately end the call.
Mortified, thinking, oh my God, what have I done? I have a dress on, but I couldn't see until someone had taken a picture what it was they were seeing. And it was literally just above the dress. And because there were no straps, they just assumed.
Yeah. Elaine is a natural at this. She's so comfortable.
Yeah, just pop in. We were having trouble at that point with Google early on with some people thinking it was a wonderful voyeuristic area for people to utilize. Not one of them. It was suggested by somebody else, you know what, just get over it, go back in one, don't worry about it. And it actually became sort of a joke because I'd meet some new people and then somebody'd go, oh, right, you're the naked woman.
You're the naked lady. Oh, God. That's how I wanted to begin my career here doing this.
Yeah, absolutely. But it forced me to get over it.
Yeah, and when people hear that, when I do stand up and all this other stuff, when they hear that I'm actually really shy, they're like, you're kidding me. So if I first meet you in person, like right here, I'm not scared at all. But if we met in person, I'd be very quiet. Hi, Elaine, it's nice to finally meet you. Maybe a little hug and that's it. But then I would be quiet for a while, gauge the room, gauge the people. So when you're forced to see yourself doing stuff that you don't do naturally, but I kind of do now because it's part of the deal. You're just like, oh, okay. But now this is too easy. I always thought you needed like a higher speed special line, the video equipment, the production value. And this is too easy. And then like me and Roy, we had the radio show. We had at that station for a long time. And then they closed and we were like, well, what are we going to do? So I just hit the books and go, oh, we can do it. And so we did it. It's so great that all this is so easy to do and be creative. And then you see famous people, their Zooms, and it looks just as crappy as yours or just as good as yours. You're like, okay, this is the way it is. Yeah. This is standard internet connection. And here we are. You're in Canada. I'm in Southern California. I mean, it's how easy is that?
Well, I even hung out with the space station.
Oh, wow.
When Chris Hatfield did the Hangouts where he was playing his guitar early on, it was really quite interesting. So it's been such an incredible progression for people to become this simple that anybody can do this.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I love everybody doing it. I'm not going to crap on anyone for doing it. It's like, oh, can you believe they're just go live? What are you
Oh,
doing? You have nothing to do.
absolutely.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna peek in, even if it's 30 seconds or the whole hour. I'm gonna go check
Yeah.
you out. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got
The
nothing to
minute
do.
I see somebody that's taken that chance,
Yeah.
it's like, yes, I'll come in. Absolutely.
I say, well, they can do it. I can do it. All right.
Absolutely.
So let's do it. And then you said, let's do a Zoom thing. And when you asked me, I think it was just after or just before we did Zoom night. So when I'm like, you said, we'll do a Zoom thing. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah, you said
I've heard of that. And then it's like, okay, yeah, no problem. Zoom me anytime. I got this.
Well, this has been great. I think I've taken plenty of your time.
Oh, yeah, because I got nothing to do.
Well, yes, because we all have places to rush off to.
So
You know,
busy.
the
Oh, my
bedroom, the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
The most work I did was putting all my sound stuff up and hooking the mic up. It's like, well, that's a busy day. I'll be bored.
Yeah.
I'll be bored tomorrow.
I will say the one cool thing that's come out of this is we've been going through drawers and clearing out cupboards and getting rid of all kinds of stuff. Because I don't know about you, but if you leave something in a cupboard for more than a year, it multiplies.
Oh, that's going to be probably number 6 of what I wish I did during this time is go through my closet. I'm going to do actually we have a little storage area in the patio. And this morning I did say, I'm going to go through that after I'm done with Elaine and just resort it out. I mean, I get rid of some, but I'll reorganize it. Yeah. And, I'll feel better. But now I definitely have clothes I need to get rid of.
Oh, we've got
for
so
a long
much
time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You only need so many candles and you only need so many kinds of furniture polish. Yeah. I don't know why I was.
Well, hang on to the polish. You never know if that's the next big hoarding item during this. Elaine, just line them all up on your Zoom video. Put on the shelf.
Yeah, here's what we have. What do you need?
Shopping Elaine right here.
Yeah. Just come and shop in my office. This has been great. I love the fact that you took a chance and popped in with me, which is
no, you've been a fan, and it was a pleasure. You asked, and I said absolutely, no problem. No,
and that's wonderful because it's been a number of years now that we've been connected on Facebook, and it's so incredible. I love to watch your show. Pop in and say hi. Love the fact that you took this time, and I think it just gives everybody a little bit more of a look into just what an incredible guy you are.
Oh, I appreciate it. And back at you. Like I said, it's how you treat yourself and others right now. And you just got to make someone laugh, watch their videos. And, usually like Facebook with the happy birthdays, it's like birthday. I would pick the people I knew. I'm like, okay, but now I'm giving everyone a happy birthday. Even people I don't know. It's like, that's going to make someone smile today because they're not having a birthday with the same people for 30 days. No. So, I don't know who you are, but you're on my list. Happy birthday. There you go. Just simple stuff.
Whoever's got a birthday today, happy birthday.
Yeah, so watch everyone's live stuff. Give them a happy birthday. If it made you chuckle, like their stuff, and that lets you know that they're doing something that's helping someone else.
Yeah. And just be kind. Be empathetic, let people bring themselves out because I think it's needed for all of us. And it can be, as the Naked Woman says, it can be really scary.
It is. And empathy for sure. And if someone's having a bad day, give them a little something. And that's it. You just have to, that's all we can do. It could be so much worse. And so we have everything. We have food, internet. We have all this. So just relax, and it'll be a way. The more we relax, the better it'll go away. It's just
absolutely.
Holy moly! Do what they're saying.
Yep. Do as you're told. Hang in there. Hang tough. It'll end.
Let me ask you a quick question. Do you have any plans? What would you do, say, the first week that we could be normal? Is there anything you would do? Is there something you're waiting to do?
Hug my grandkids.
There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna give my mom a kiss on the cheek.
My dad.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm not gonna go to the store. I probably won't go to a grocery store for a while. I'm gonna be so paranoid. But yeah, just a couple of connections with the relatives and go, okay, here we go. Excellent.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And it's cool because I will say one thing, Facebook has set up a type of messenger for children.
Oh,
And
good.
the parents can set up like the grandparents and the family people that they can talk to,
Oh, neat.
which is lovely because our grandson, the 6-year-old, keeps sending messages. I already hang out with the 10-year-old and the 13-year-old, so that's
Yeah,
fine. The 6 and the 3-year-old now are sending little voice messages in Messenger, so it's awesome.
that's cute. My nieces and nephews, same thing. We're all just saying hi real quick and just.
Oh, and they're
Uh,
adorable too.
my great nephew had his second birthday yesterday.
Oh,
So,
wow.
so we did a video, sang him happy birthday, and sent it on its way. So it's really neat, and we'll be using these kind of things way past this, which is
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I never thought to even do this because I'm like, I can just call her. I'll just drive over there. Well, now it's like, this is great. It works wonderfully. So now we can implement it down the road
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
keep that. At least the people are communicating more, which is really one of the great things about this.
Oh, absolutely. And California, not so much, because I know I think you had rain once or snow once,
Yeah.
maybe like little flurries. But for us up here in the north, in the middle of winter, when there's a blizzard and you're all snowed in, this is at least a lifeline, because
Right.
people who live in climates that change, we do spend sometimes where you've got weeks and you can't really get out anywhere.
This is true. Yeah. Southern Cal, we don't know that one. So yeah. So
No.
this is really, really new for us. It's like, it's a longer version of what we had during a
Yeah.
blizzard. I think
And
it was,
nobody has to shovel.
yeah, I think it was last year you were telling me how much it was, we were doing the show and you were telling me how much snow you had
Yeah.
going on and how locked down you were. I'm like, holy cow, I can't imagine that.
Yeah, it was, we didn't get quite as much this year, so that's good. But when the people who remove the snow send you letters at the end of January saying, oopsie, you've gone over the 10 feet, we're going to have to charge you more.
Oh.
That's a lot of snow.
Yeah, that tells you.
So I am going to say thank you ever so much.
Oh, you're welcome. This has been a blast.
I look forward to your next show. This has been BBP TV. It's Elaine. As usual with True Social Media, my guest, Jimmy Shaw, is absolutely amazing. And you can find all of his information and his links on BBP TV Show. Make it a great day. And now, make the best of your today. Bye.